Oh, righty. I think we are good. I think we are good. Still got cement stuff on my hands. I should have washed them. I was cutting blocks the other day, and I have to go get some for my steps. I cut, I think, 12 cinder blocks so far, down from, what are they, 7 and 5/8, down 5 inches. I'm going 5 1/4, so I'll put that 1/4 inch of S mortar in there and see how things go. But that was out measuring because I got to go to Home Depot after this live and pick up some more cinder block. Let's get the party started, says Perry. All right, I'm with you. Hey, Midwest old man, Mr. Reliable, you're here all the time. That's great. Just checked and here you are. Yeah, the FTM 22. We are here. It's a Wednesday and it's almost 2 o'clock. So Wednesdays aren't guaranteed. We get tied up in things sometimes, but try to do a quick Wednesday live just to catch up with everybody, see how everybody's doing. Retire inspired. How are you? Hey, 70QQ, you're always there for me too. Yep, how you doing? A MAGA retirement channel? How do you figure that? MNT? I don't know how you figure that. But, your opinion is your opinion, so I wish you well. Hey, Indiana Martinis, how are you both doing? Did any of that rock star stuff rub off on you? Hey, Scott, I think I answered you. So yesterday, I met with Hope. I was going to wait till everybody got here. We still have 4 more minutes. But we'll talk about that. And Captain Billy must be working. That's right. Hey, Kaz, how are you? I am going to. All right. Took care of that one. I don't understand it. How do you see me for 1 minute and think this is a MAGA channel? I don't understand it, but whatever. Hey, Bo Daddy 1964, Dayton, Ohio. How you doing? My buddy Reggie used to go to Dayton all the time. I think he had a girlfriend over there, so he would drive down to Dayton every other weekend, I think it was. That was one guy I liked working with. He was a good guy. Hey, 280 Zone, how are you? You're doing good? Okay, Kaz, that's cool. Double Dog Blitz. Kaz is not too far. Oh, hey, Paul, Sebastian, Florida. What's your weather like? I tell you what, Cleveland has had the best weather this entire week, going back maybe through the weekend. I mean, it's been sunny and 80, or 75 every day with low humidity. It's just been, picture perfect. We're so lucky right now. You plan to do any traveling? No, well, retire inspired. You know what we did yesterday? We went to the Rock Hall, except I didn't go, or I should say my wife didn't go. I went with Hope to Prosper, Brett. So Brett from Hope to Prosper channel, which you should check out, he's doing a Great Lakes tour, and he was going to do it with the guy who passed away. So he had this plan to do. The guy passed away, so he's doing it solo. And one of his first stops was going to be Cleveland. So he's flying out from California. I think it's San Clemente area, if I'm not mistaken. And we went to the Rock Hall yesterday in Cleveland, and another beautiful day. I did a couple posts there yesterday. I did a couple lives. But yeah, then today I think he was going to go to the Canton Football Hall of Fame, Cuyahoga County National Park. He's going to, because he's a hiker. So he's going to go look around and see. And then he was going to head out to, I think he was heading back to Michigan. He was talking about, he's going to go to Wisconsin. I think he's going to see a Packers game there. I'm not positive. I don't remember his exact itinerary. He did say it in the video, in the live when he first came up. I asked him, and he kind of mentioned everything. So he's doing a crazy trip. That's something. They won't let you have a girlfriend. That's the way it goes. Virginia is like being in fall. Bobby Mosier, how you doing? 90 and rain for an hour every day. I'll take this Cleveland weather for now. Just clicked over to 100 today. Oh, so you got cold weather then, huh? 280 zone. My rescue dog is sitting next to me and wants to know how your dog walking is going. It's going great. Dog walking is going great. I'm really enjoying myself. Now, that being said, winter's coming, so it could be interesting. I've never done, and it's getting dark. Now, we have the morning shift, but I help out occasionally. I help out on the 6:30 to 8 p.m. shift. And, in the wintertime, that'll be dead dark. So that's going to be interesting. I asked a couple of the guys, I said, hey, how do you handle that? And they put headlamps on and to walk out in the fields. And I'm sure they cut their walk short, but that should be interesting. And I don't mind the weather. I'm fine with it. Occasionally. It's just in Cleveland when it gets overcast and gray and crappy for months and months at a time. That's when it starts to wear down on me. And that's why I may get a part-time job, seriously leaning into it, but we'll see. Same weather in Michigan. Are we coming up to Michigan? I don't know. I just don't know. So we went to the Rock Hall. Saturday, we have this Cuyahoga Falls. They have this thing with Little John Rinaldi, the Adios Muchachos show. It's the old late night movie hosts. The one died. Big Chuck died. So he's holding, I think this is going to be the last one ever. That's Saturday. We have no plans past Saturday. Sunday, we got some crazy thing going on, which I'll talk about. Hopefully next week I'll be able to do a video about. Hopefully we conclude this whole litigation thing. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And then we have the Ravens at the Ravens are 0-2 or 0-1, and Cleveland's 0-1. So the loser of that game is going to be tough to make the playoffs. That's going to be an interesting game. And I know Buffalo, man, they pulled that out at the end. So the Ravens are going to be PO'd, and they're going to take it out on the Browns, I'm sure. Myself's very down on having any boyfriends, too. Same weather here in Michigan. Let's see. Good afternoon, Buzz. Greetings from cool, misty Virginia. Great for the garden. Oh, so you get some cool weather, huh? More beautiful weather on the way from Michigan, Ohio. Yeah, good. Rick, that's the way it should be. OH. SSV. Taking a short break from work and watching. I'll be retired one day. You'll get there. No, you'll get there. And it's good that you're not, in a way, it's good that you're not retired yet, because you're watching these channels, and mine's not financial, but you're watching these YouTube channels. You're learning more about how to retire, what to expect. And I think that helps all of us in the long run to at least get a perspective. 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, whenever it was, when there was no YouTube and nobody talking about this stuff, you talked to family, you maybe went to the library and got a book or something, but you didn't have that. Now you've got hundreds of people that you can turn to. Now you have to check out the advice and everything and make sure it's appropriate for your condition. But yeah, so being not retired yet is kind of a good thing in a way, because you're learning so much. Going around the Great Lakes this time of year would be awesome. Yeah, this is a crazy trip for him. And I'm glad that he included me in Brett included me into his, and we had a good time at the Rock Hall. That was fun. Love the footage from the Rock Hall. Yeah, Minnesota has nice weather. That's cool. What kind of job would you like to take if you do? Would it be full? No, it'd be just maybe just seasonal. I'm thinking November, December through maybe February, March. Now, it has to be a couple days a week. It has to be the hours that I want. So, because I'm in the driver's seat. I don't need the job. So I'm in the driver's seat. But am I going to find a company that's going to say, yeah, we agree to all those conditions? I don't know. Probably not. Um, Corporate jobs are just not, now sure, I can work at a restaurant, I'm sure. Um, they're still looking for people left and right. I could work at a fast food place. That's not really what I want to do. Um, but we'll see. I've been looking on indeed.com, but um, I haven't really looked real hard yet because, like I said, I'm looking at maybe November. So maybe in October, I'll start really getting serious about it next month. But we'll see how it goes. Learning how to retire. Exactly. That's right. My mom retired in 1980s and she began blowing her money on those collector plates. Oh, man. Yeah. Everybody has collections, or not everybody, but a lot of people have collections. And I have no problem with that, especially if there's resale value at the end of the day. But if there's not, then, but if it brings joy, now, if you can afford it, now that's the thing. What does it mean if you can afford it? What does that mean? How do you quantify that? So, it's not a bad thing to buy those plates. Hey, 401k Dexters, I saw you just put a video out. I did not watch it yet. I have to, I got to tell you guys, man, all the videos that I watch now, I'm having a real hard time catching up with everybody. It's tough. And now I'm working on my garage door. So I was watching all those videos and people were sending me ideas and stuff. So all of us have the buzz. No, I'm not the retired master. I'm so clueless anymore. You have no idea. You should join a heavy metal band, Buzz. Are you interested in being a camp host at a campground? Probably not. No, probably not. I hear Lowe's pays decent and are good. Yeah, Lowe's could be an opportunity, but the problem with what I heard, and I don't know if this is true, you can't pick the store that you want to work at. So I could sign up for Lowe's, which is, I have one about 15 minutes away. But how do I know I'm going to get that store? I could get one somewhere else. So and then I saw a video about how Lowe's, this guy, I just watched this a couple weeks ago. This guy, long story short, he got a job at Lowe's, and he said the training, he was going to work in the garden center, and they really screwed him over because they left him in the garden center by himself. And he's a little bit older, and he said the training was like 2 weeks, online training of like 2 weeks. And he's gone to college. He's run companies before, and he said he struggled with the online training. So, and I don't know anything about this guy, but Lowe's may not be the best place for me. Even the Home Depot, I overheard one guy telling this girl, he says, you can't choose the store. So I have one a mile away, well, a mile and a half. And that would be great. But I'm understanding, and I could be wrong, but I'm understanding that you just can't choose. I could be sent to, the middle of Cleveland somewhere at a store, down there. So I'm not sure how it's going to work. But that was her hobby. That's right. Maybe you should join. We're waiting for Beanie Babies to come back in style. Oh, those, huh? Yeah. I saw your merch. Yes. JNP 96. Any samples to show us? Okay, so we did. This is the unveiling. First time I've ever talked about it. Or at least rolled it out. So you ready? Drum roll. So I met a couple at the Cuyahoga County Fair. And I was talking, and I've been talking about this for a long time. I needed somebody to do, basically, it's, I just want to advertise this stuff, and I want nothing to do with it as far as shipping and everything else, paying the taxes. So they have companies called Printful, and they have Printify, and there's other ones out there, but I didn't want to take the time. I was way too lazy to do all the work, and I just didn't want to do it. I'm retired. I don't want to work like that, even if it's to my benefit. I just didn't want to put the time in it. And just, maybe in the winter I could do it, but not in the summer. I don't want to blow days like this, sitting on a computer doing all this crap. So I happened to meet these people at the Cuyahoga County Fair, and they set up the store for me. And they're a small time outfit right now. And they very cordial people. And I am going to, I don't have the card with me right now, but I'm going to let you know who that is. So if you're a channel, a person who has a channel, I'm going to let you know that they can help you as well. I've already cleared it with them. Um, they don't mind if, if we mention and maybe have them set you guys up too. But I do have some T-shirts. I have some mugs. I have a magnet. Um, I have we're going to get some sweatshirts on there. So it's just the very beginning of the store. And I'd like you guys to check it out, my faithful following, and check it out and see, hey, I like that. Hey, I don't like that. Hey, you should get this. Hey, you should do this. I want honest feedback. Now, again, this is just a startup. This is a very small startup. We're going to get a little bit bigger. We're going to change things. We're going to do some design changes. This is what we have so far. So any of your input would be extremely helpful to us as we grow this part, and see how it goes. So I bought one hat from them. And like I said, they said, they could do this stuff for us. So we're going to see how it's going to go. And I appreciate any feedback that you get, but the store is live now. You can order. Um, so we'll just leave it at that for right now. You're trying to cut down on your Legos. Yeah, job market is not too good right now. I find that hard to believe because people are hiring all over the place around here. I watched a video about a retired guy going to work at Lowe's. That's the one, Kaz. That's the one. That's the one I watched. I watched that whole thing through. Yeah, 280 zone. Yeah. Maybe one of you guys told me about it. I'm not sure. It's possible somebody sent that. Matter of fact, somebody did send that to me, I think. Maybe they did. I don't remember now. You have a local ace. Yes, we do. Hands-on training is so much better. Yep. Hey, guy, 1958. We made it today sitting. Oh, you're sitting in the pickup line for your grandkids. Boy, that's going to be you got till June, right? I think you make a request for store locations, but no guarantees. Oh, that might be true. O'Reilly's Auto Parts, delivery driver. Yeah, there's a lot of options out there to do different things. And like I said, in October, I'll get serious about it and see how it goes. Who designed the logo? They designed the logo. They did the design for it. We're going to change up and maybe based on my input, and they started the first logo, and then we'll be adding additional logos as we go. They did a great job. I looked at the logo design and hats and stuff. Very cool. Yeah, and so if you see like the mug, you might see the mug in pink, but if you click on it, so make sure you click on the things because there's an offer for all different colors, and we're also going to be, like I said, we're going to be doing some changes. We're going to be doing some additions. We just wanted to get it out there and then get some feedback of what you guys think. So email me at buzzretirementgarage@gmail.com and be honest with me. I mean, if you do it by email, you can be crass and really stick me. I don't mind. I worked in factories for 40 years. There's nothing you can tell me that I haven't heard before. So give it to me with both barrels, okay? I have no problem with that. So email me if you don't want to say it here, I want a Bumblebee yellow coffee mug. Well, let's see if yellow's on there. I don't know. If you have a car dealership, I have a ton of them. They're always looking for people to drive. Yeah, I have a ton of car dealerships around. That may be an idea too, Midwest old man. Thank you. Friend works a couple days a week at a retirement home. Small man. Yeah, we have a couple of those around too. What's the website for your merchandise? I don't know. All I know is somehow it's attached to my videos. I don't know. I'm I'm an old guy. I don't know nothing. Wheelchair lubing. I'm sure there is wheelchair lubing somewhere. ChatG would design a logo for free and it's amazing. Yeah, if you look at my logos, like the one for this thing right here, this particular, like all my not my videos, but my lives. every one of my lives now has been the thumbnail has been generated by Chat GPT. So yes, well aware of those. And they're not, according to Chat, they have no rights to it. Once you get it, it's yours. There's no copyrights or anything like that, is what I read. Because I asked Chat, I said, well, is this proprietary? Or can I just free will use it? And yeah, free will use it, no problem. So that's cool. Volunteer. I am the professional dog walker PM. You've already been trained. That's right. Yes, I'm not a professional yet. I'd like to get to red level. I have to shadow. So there's green, and then there's yellow, which I'm yellow, and then there's red, which you can handle all the dogs, even the nasty ones. And nasty, not being nasty, but they don't like being in the kennel. They're aggressive a little bit. I'd like to get to that stage, I think. And to do that, I have to walk with some of the red dog handlers. Hold on a second. Okay. I'm going to wipe my nose, but I didn't want to do it in front of you. And I thought you considered YouTube as your side gig. YouTube is cool, 401k, a carry. But I mean, I like it, but how many times can you talk about, it's like I've been doing this 2 years now. I'm retreading some, it's just, will it fizzle out someday? Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But, yes, and I take that back. I take it back a little bit because there's always new people who are retiring. So you do get a fresh audience sometimes, but like I see some of these videos and it's like, oh my gosh, I've seen that video. Not depending on who, I've seen that same subject 1,000 times already, and eventually it's just gonna peter out. I think. I don't know. So we'll see. Unless we can keep it fresher in a different way. Let me go back here. I've seen it attached to some of Buzz videos. Keep checking. Huh. Yeah, that's right. You did tell me that. One job I had the corporate office ask for one of the regional managers if he was stupid or a liar. 66 here should be 66 likes. It's free. Ask the viewers if anyone knows about selling ask the viewers if anyone knows about selling a whole life insurance policy, please. No, I'm not starting down that road, Rick, because I get yelled at constantly about having my universal life insurance plans. And again, I can handle the heat, but oh my God, I get it so many times. And I told you somebody who I heard from once and never heard from again, some lady says, I'm an attorney and what you're doing is a mistake. And I'm like, okay, all right. So yeah, I'm not going to start down that road. Sorry, Rick. Link to Buzz's store. Hey, 280 Zone, you found it, huh? Okay. Thank you. My daughters watched someone's dog while their dog crapped all over the house. That happens. Because they get nervous too. They get that separation anxiety sometimes. So that could happen. How'd the dogs like? Oh man, the dogs love the Costco treats. As a matter of fact, there's a couple of ladies there, and I took out. They're small. They're about this big. The s'mores, and they're not using like chocolate because chocolate's bad for dogs, but they have something that's safe for dogs. I don't know if you saw the bag. Well, you must have to bring this up, but I smelled it and I'm like, man, I almost want to taste this thing. It smells pretty good. So a couple of ladies were walking by and they said, oh, I said, yeah, these are s'mores. Here, smell it. I said, boy, that's the first time I've ever said that to a woman before. Smell it. And yeah, that smells like a s'more. And of course, one lady had to say, hope it doesn't give them the craps. And I said, man, but whatever. So yeah, they were all loving it. They like soft treats because they're so, the kennel does great. They give hard bones, But a lot of people will bring in like soft treats, like turkey treats or chicken or the stuff that's pretty good for you. Um, and these are, Costco and Sam's usually sells pretty decent stuff for dogs. So yeah, they liked it. My link didn't copy correct. Oh, okay. Paul, you're down to 4 months, 14 days. Oh, great. That's great. Few years from retirement. Hey, Greg. Yeah, it won't be long. And like I said, now's a great time because you can watch these videos, you can learn more. And I wish I would have done that. I did a little bit, and that's how I saw Dwayne at Retire Early 500K, and I saw Steve, and then I saw some others. I was working on Medicare stuff with the retirement nerds, watching their videos, and Medicare 365, and that's how I started getting, because my wife got Medicare a couple years before I did. So we were watching those videos trying to learn. So all this whole YouTube thing has been a great education. And I just wish 10 years ago, the amount of people that were there talking about finances and all that, I wish I would have been watching them 10 years ago. I don't even know if they were around 10 years ago, but that would have been really nice for me to pay attention. I know zilch about whole life insurance policy selling, just the facts. My dog loves the hard bones from Walmart called Old Roy. Oh, why do you want to work if you don't need to? Well, that's a good question. That's Retire Inspired. That's a really good question. And the answer is because I don't have a lot of money. I did a video where I said that I'm under 200,000 in savings, to be honest with you, to be quite honest with you. And every time, like this year, if you watch my Social Security video, my last one, I basically said, let me see if I have it. No, I probably changed. No, I do have it. Here, hold on. Don't go anywhere. So for 2025, this is what I've spent already. And if you're under 200,000 and you spent 12,000 this year, and it's not even December yet, it's not even December 31st, I want to replace that money. Now, yes, YouTube income does help with that, but YouTube income is down considerably compared to last year. And you never know. You ask any creator, 1 month it's this and the next month it's down here. It depends on how many videos you do. It depends on which ones click with the crowd, which one gets a lot of views. Lives don't really make any money. Like this one, I'll keep my ads on. Saturday, I don't until after. I also give away $25 gift cards on Saturdays. So, I'm giving away $100 a month. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I want to replace that 12,000, and you can't do that that quickly, right? So that's why I kind of think I should go ahead and pick up a part-time job. And it may not happen because, like I said, it has to be the right fit for me because now I'm in control. I'm in charge. I'll find the thing that, before it was like, man, I'll take anything to pay the bills. Now I'm not in that position. Not to sound egotistical, but I'm not in that position. I think you retirees know what I'm talking about. I can pick and choose. And if I can't find what makes sense to me, I won't work. I'm going to do eBay. So that's what I'll end up doing. Hey, Diablo, how are you? Best time of year in Ohio, you better believe it. Hey, Carlos, I believe there's around the median retirement savings, and that could be. I have a feeling that some unusual big change is coming soon, and maybe this form of communication might be so available. I heard some talk about having to pay rent in order to be online. Oh boy, forget it then. Because I don't buy any subscriptions, like even our local Plain Dealer, a newspaper to read the sporty page like I used to for 40 years. Now you got to pay for it. I'll do without. I'll find it somewhere else. I'll go to Yahoo Sports, or I'll go to somewhere, ESPN, whatever, and I'll just read the free stuff. Anything that they start charging me for, I'm done. I'm too old school. I'm not doing it. There. I've seen these companies like Coventry couples just want to know how bad they will screw me. Um, yeah, Rick, I can't tell you. Buzz, a lot of you talk about getting to 75. Why? You look healthy. And because Pin Freak, I had cancer before, and none of my family, like my mother was 42, died of unknown causes. My father, real father, was 55, but he was a chain smoker. Um, the rest of my family has gotten, most of them have got into their 70s, but not all of them. My aunt is probably the old, she's like 81 right now. And so she's made it that far. So having cancer and, radiate, so cancer's okay, that's one thing, but having the radiation, because we talked about, I had the lymphoma and we did the chemo, 6 treatments of chemo. And then it was a toss up whether they should do radiation. And we decided to go ahead and do the radiation just to make sure it doesn't come back. But even the doctor told me we could affect something else down the line. I mean, when you radiate, it was a dozen times. When you do that, we can't guarantee that something else doesn't get screwed up in the process. So, I got them little blue marks on me. I go to the dermatologist, and he right away notices because you got 3 little blue marks around your side and your belly, where they aim the the radiation gun at, I guess. So that's just what I figure, 75. That's what I plan on. That's what I look at. If I get past it, great. I'm great. That's great if I get past it. But I want to have a figure so I can plan my life around that figure. But hey, you never know. Maybe I'll last for a long time. Medicine now is keeping people alive a lot longer. Saturday's number will be 12. Well, we know now it won't be. But I'll tell you what, I just asked Mrs. Buzz and I'll write down. So, hey, it could be. You never know. Rick's retirement journey just came out with a video. Work versus not working. It's all an individual thing. It is. You're right. I just saw you just popped a video out, huh? Just saw it come up on my screen. To think about having 200,000 and still concerned about money tells us just how expensive things. Well, I tell you what, I just went to hold on, let me see. I'm trying to get caught up here. We only live once and you never know what's coming, so I'm going to travel first and enjoy the time. Yeah, you should. Yeah, absolutely. You can't get that back. My parents lived 82 and 88. They smoked for 40 years. Wow. Oh man. Yeah. Scott, yeah, they were lucky for sure. Coffee time with Buzz. I got mine. I got what left over. It'll be in a Buzz mug pretty soon. Our revenues have been down this well. Yeah, retired and loving it. Right. It's just not as it's not there like it was last year. Now Dwayne did pretty good for last month. I think he got 1,900. But remember, he's putting out 2 to 3 videos a week, which is fine. I don't blame him for that because he needs the income. I mean, he uses that income as to pay his rent and so forth, and so there's nothing wrong with that. But he was at like 1,900 or something like that, and he's got over 50,000 subscribers. So, yeah, that was a good month for him. Before that, he was, a lot lower. So it really depends on a lot of things. Do you have good medical services in Cleveland? Yes, we do. We have university hospitals, SUMA, and Cleveland Clinic. Years ago, the average age for a Teamster draw was 7 years. Huh. Did you enjoy? Yes. Carlos, I just had one problem. I'm glad for YouTube monetization, but I'll never become reliant on it because, it's not consistent, right? Then lunch with a Marine friend. Oh, cool. I'm glad I got in on the coattails of your channel then. I don't like all this quitting talk. And you can enjoy your coffee in a buzz mug. Eric 280 zone. There you go. No, but let me tell you what happened at the Rock Hall. This just really bothered me. I was so I sometimes have you guys ever just done stupid things and you just shake your head afterwards like you should know better? So I drive down there. Now I'm going to meet Brett. He's supposed to be there around 12:35, so I get down there about 12:15 or whatever it was. And I see this Tesla pulling out of this on the curb right outside the Rock Hall. I see this Tesla pulling out and it's got a big spot open curbside. So I pull up and parallel park, which I haven't done in a long time, but I did pretty good. I parallel parked, set it all straight. Sitting there for a minute, I had some water. I drank my water and I'm looking around and I see a sign that says 4-hour parking. And I'm thinking, okay, well, we should be in and out by 4 o'clock. And that's all my eyes saw. So here's what happened. I leave and I think we left at 4:30 or something like that. And so check this out. This is what I get. Yeah. So my Mazda at 1:04 p.m., I'm parked in a handicapped parking zone. So I have to pay $250. Now, Brett, nice guy Brett, he paid for my Rock Hall admission and we had a sandwich there and I got an egg sandwich and that was like $10.50. So he did a great job. Saved me like $42 or no, it was he paid 39, so it was close to $40. So he paid $50 for me, which I thought was really great. So he pays $50 for me, and then I walk outside and I get a $250 charge. Oh man. Cyber trucks are dumpsters with no, it wasn't a cyber truck. Stupidest my middle name. No, it's my middle name. Let me tell you. And I swear I did not see anything that said handicap. The car in front of me didn't have a handicap license plate. I didn't see anything in the window, but I really wasn't looking. There was no crowds there. It was like empty. So I was like, okay, that's why I got this spot. I didn't see any markings on the road. There's no markings. I screwed up big time, and $250. I mean, man. That's a killer. And then I stopped at Cybertruck. Just tell them you're handicapped and you're retired. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I mentioned about yeah. I'm over here bragging because I got this good spot. I say, hey, look at my car right over there. I got this great spot. And in Cleveland, that's pretty tough. Now, Brett from Hope to Prosper, he parked a little bit down and he was by a meter and he said the meter expired, but nobody gave him a ticket. And I never park in handicap parking. If you ever see me, if I go to Home Depot or a grocery store, I'm the guy that's parked way in the back because I'll walk. I have no problem walking. And let the people who are either have a crazy mindset or are physically limited, let them take the spots. Even if they're not handicapped, let them get close to the front. If I can walk, I will park as far away as I need to. And I just thought, what an opportunity. And I did not see a handicap sign anywhere. Maybe the sign said, but I'm going to look on Google Earth and I'm going to check. I'm going to go Google Earth and check to see if that sign does say that. I'm sure it does, but I just overlooked it. So I told Mrs. Buzz, I said, see, if you would have went, you probably would have said, hey, this is handicapped. So I blamed it on her. They ought to have retired parking. No, I'm just not going to pay it for right now. I'll wait till they send me a second and third one. I'll see how it goes. I actually like parking far away. Can't stand up. Yeah, and that's what I do, and that saves my car. I've gotten no dents on my car from shopping carts or people opening their doors because I do. I park far away from people, and it saved my car, and there's nothing wrong with walking if you can. Now I know people are limited; they got canes and knees are sore and all that. So let them get the spots that are up front. We always park in the furthest possible. We have nice vehicles. Yeah, yeah. There goes the budget. You got that right. But I'm only going to list it on my Social Security board when I pay it. So I don't know when I'm going to pay it. Hopefully nobody from Cleveland's watching me. Hey, Gary the Snail, how you doing? Parking ticket better go up. But no, not yet. Not yet. Not till I pay it. No, I don't know what they did. Retire Inspired. I'm not sure what they did. And I'm sure it's just my mistake. And then I go to Giant Eagle, which is a grocery store. And I was just going to tell you, I spent 70. Well, Pin Frank, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I go to Giant Eagle and I get Mrs. Buzz her Udi's muffins. They're English muffins. I think she gets 6, maybe 8. I think it's 6. I don't remember. $7.50 for that. So I got 2 of those. I got some from Mark's. I bought some wraps. What do you call those? Like they're fried wraps. They're not good for you, but egg rolls. Egg rolls, yeah. Fried wraps, egg rolls, same thing. I get that from Mark's, and they were fairly cheap. Well, I got her some at Giant Eagle, and it was $11.50. Oh, come on, Scott. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. It don't. You're basically you're basically helping me out for my stupidity, right? But no, I spent so at Giant Eagle just on gluten-free stuff. I spent $71, and we just got a few items. It was crazy, and I got this jelly that says no sugar, no high fructose corn syrup, and it was something different. And I thought, hey, that looks pretty cool. And it was just a little jar like this. So let me try this stuff. I can't find it. It's on the receipt. It's not in my car. So I think it fell out in the cart and I didn't notice it. I don't know. I can't find it. I'm like, man, what a crappy day. It was a great day up until I left the Rock Hall. We had a great time at the Rock Hall. It was great meeting Brett from California. But after that, it just went to heck in a handbasket. Guys, you don't have to do that, but I appreciate it. But you guys don't have to do that. Yeah, be sure to diversify. That's right. The spot was not clearly marked. It's just my fault. That's one thing about me is I'm not gonna be what are they calling her? Karen Ball Snatcher? Karen Ball Snatcher. I'm not a Karen Ball Snatcher. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Any retired Ford UAW out there in Buzzland? My father worked at Ford, Brook Park plant. My stepfather, I should say. He was the dump truck driver for the foundry and bookie. Make sure the spot is clearly not. Yeah, I will look on Google Earth. I have rental houses, Airbnbs, a state pension, military retirement, and a Roth. Well, that's good. Hey, Alton Bun, how you doing? Breaking the law, yeah. Oh, and I was going to tell you, Scott. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. You're making me blush over here. Yeah, the Phillies, Karen. Yep. I'm not one of those. So, yeah. So, Scott, you had mentioned in one of my videos, and I think I replied to you, was that because I went to the Rock Hall and I did 2 lives, and knowing that I could be taking a chance because they're always piping music through the speakers outside and, of course, inside. But there's always like for each area you go to, there's a certain sound, and then they sometimes blend. So it's hard to pick up. You can do it, but it's hard to pick up. Well, this morning I looked, and my one short video, about 2 minutes and 48 seconds, they picked up one song. Um, Wearing my sunglasses. I wear my sunglasses. You know that one. And they said that they're not going to give me a strike, but they're just going to demonetize the video, and it can't be shown in 2 locations. And I'm like, what are those locations? Belarus and Russia. I'm like, okay. But yeah, they did pick up one song, which I was surprised, because the other video, which I did for like what, Waiting for Brett, was a long time. It was a live, I should say. They didn't give me a strike on that, so they must not have picked up on the music that was playing. But yeah, that's, you're taking a chance when you go to the Rock Hall. And so I told Brett, I said, we got to be careful, because so he did a video. He's going to put it together. He edits his. So he'll do one when he gets back to California over our Rock Hall trip and his other parts of his trip. But he'll definitely knock out that music, because he edits, and he'll edit over that. Yeah, retired with purpose. This fall, winter, because Mrs. Buzz says if you don't get a job, we're going to focus on eBay, because we have a lot we can sell. And like I said, I'm going to binge watch all your videos and make sure I've done eBay before. I've sold on eBay before, but that was a while ago. And I want to get back into it and sell the junk that we have. I talked about this already, but my daughter, who passed away, matter of fact, yesterday was her birthday. She would have been 40 on the 9th. And I did get a very nice email from somebody who somehow remembered that. And that person is not on here today, but I appreciate that person sending me that email. That was very, very nice. And remembering her birthday, which it came as a surprise to me that she would know that. But so I appreciate that. But she's got a lot of stuff in her room, which we haven't touched in 5 years. And I've talked about this before, but we want to sell a lot of that on eBay. She has the Pokemon cards. She has, so it's going to be a big endeavor for us. But I think if we just, eat that elephant one bite at a time, we'll get through it. But that can keep our December, January, and February. We can stay busy with that. So that'd be kind of interesting. But I want to watch Retired with Purpose. If you guys get a chance, check out Dave's channel. And, he's really good at going through how to do, step by step, how to do different things with eBay. A live stream I didn't miss, Suburban Barbecue. No, I didn't get a Kaz. I did not get a copyright strike, because Scott was thinking I might, but I didn't get one. So that's good. All right, Retire with Purpose. We'll see you. So everything I just said, he didn't even hear. My grandfather worked as a millwright at Ford. Oh, cool. Oh, he was forced to retire, though, huh? Yeah, anytime you get a job at Ford or any of the big three, you're doing pretty good, especially in the old days. Hey, Laser. Okay, so here's the channel, Laser. So pay attention, guys and girls. Laser Focused Expressions are the ones that are hosting the store for me. So say hello to Teresa. They are doing, and Freddie. Freddie's cool. They created the logo. They're putting the things together for us. Retirement is underrated. How are you? Rick's retirement journey. Thank you so much. So Laser Focus Expressions, thanks for being here. And thanks for all the hard work you put into getting the store up and running and putting all the merchandise on there. I really appreciate that. So we'll see how things go. And as I told them earlier, this is the beginning. So we're going to add more things. We're going to change some things around. We'll add some logos. We'll see what works. So we're in the very beginning stages of our process, and we'll see how it goes. But I was saying, I can trade in this coffee mug with one of those Buzz retirement mugs. Can't wait to make buzzes, hats, and shirts, mugs, and more. Crazy Lamp Lady. I've never seen Crazy Lamp Lady. But you know something else I got today in the mail, switching gears. I got two things, for oil changes. You guys probably get that all the time too, like from the dealers. And I was looking at this I was looking at my Mazda dealership, $64 for a synthetic blend oil change for Mazda. And this is 10% off, if whatever. But um, I thought, okay, that's a normal price that they charge. And then stuck to this was another one that was for a neighbor about 2 miles away. So he's not going to get it. But I cut his name out of here. And $29.95 for a full synthetic for Honda, compared to, I just thought it was funny. I just thought, the Mazda's $64.95, the Honda's $29.95 for the same 5 quarts of synthetic oil. Well, this one they're saying is the 64 is synthetic blend, and the $29.95 is full synthetic. So that even makes it worse for Mazda. That's just crazy. So I might go to the Honda dealer. I have to find out about that. But that's really funny. When I saw that, I thought that was really cool. But yeah, like I said before, so there's a few people here, Teresa and Freddie, there's a few people on here that have channels. And I did mention at the top that you're okay with having them contact you and maybe setting up some merch for them. So if you guys want, click on their channel and, you guys work that out amongst yourselves. Take the Honda coupon into Mazda. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm going to say, yeah. But don't you think $29.95 for full synthetic is pretty cheap? I mean, they're usually about $5 a bottle retail. So that's $20 right there, $25 right there if you get 5 quarts. I don't know. That looks a little suspicious to me. Maybe I should look at the fine print, but I don't know. That's just, I don't know. It's like a loss leader. They're going to take a loss on that just to get you in to find 50 other things wrong with your car. I just wonder. Made 60,000 last year selling on eBay part time. What? Holy smokes! Merch. I heard the Captain Billy Speedo isn't selling well and maybe discontinued. Yeah, because it only came in size extra small. They couldn't get anything else because it didn't warrant it. Just stepped away. What did I miss? They didn't miss anything. They're just trying to get you in the door. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought, Jay. But any insiders out there, let me know. But I will take it to Moz. I did buy full synthetic motor oil from Costco. I might do this next change myself, and I just won't rotate the tires. I can go once without rotating the tires. So I'll just do the oil change myself, probably late October, and that'll get me through the wintertime easily. At lunch here, watching when possible. Hey, Martina, haven't seen you in a while. I appreciate you being here. You've been around for a long time on our channel. I appreciate you. How was your trip to the Hard Rock? It was great, but as where I'm getting donations for, I parked in a handicap for $250. I mean, I'm driving away and I'm going, and I'm like, I see this thing flapping under my windshield wipers on the right-hand side, so I can't even reach it. There's nobody in the car with me to reach out and grab it. I actually, put down the window, and I wanted a bystander. They grabbed that for me, but I never got to a light where I was there long enough that I could grab a bystander. and I didn't want to get out of the car and run around. I So anyway, it held on through the highway and everything. The officer really got it on there good, or my wipers hold on real good, and it was small, it wasn't a big thing, so small paper, so it held there. And then when I got to my next stop, I, I took it out and I said, "There's no way," but I was fuming because I can't believe I was that stupid to get a 250. Okay, it's $50, $25 fine or something. Okay, whatever. 250 bucks. Oh my gosh. Synthetic oil is real expensive. It's superior to the blend. Yeah, I usually just get synthetic oil. It's $100 with a coupon. That makes sense, Brenda. Last second field goal to defeat the Ravens. That was a great game, but I wish I would have watched it. Thank you, 280 Zone, because I watched that Ravens Bills game in the beginning, and I'm like everybody else. Once it was like 15-point spread late, I was like, I turned it off and see that they came back to win. Even Bills fans were walking out of the stadium. Yeah, J&P. It just says full synthetic oil change, $29.95. Factory oil filter. Um, I don't know. I think that's interesting. But to see both of them come at the same time offering a deal, and one at 64 for not even full synthetic, a blend, and then this one full synthetic at $30, I'm just like, I just got this out of the mail 10 minutes before I started the live, so I thought it was really interesting. Our Super Duty is about 85 for full service. Yeah, it gets done every 3 months. That's how I used to do mine, because I drove 95 miles a day, so I was getting the oil changed quite a bit, and I let the dealer do it. I went to one of those Valvoline quick change places. What a nightmare. I don't recommend it. I just don't. You might get lucky, but they were a bunch of jerks. They couldn't even rotate the tires. They couldn't find the socket to go. They want me to get this was with my other car. It was a front wheel drive, and they wanted me to get the transmission for the 4-wheel drive. They wanted to change the fluid. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, for your 4-wheel drive. And I said, this isn't a 4-wheel drive. They just didn't have a clue. And then they couldn't rotate the tires. And I just, what? I'm not. And then when I got an oil change local, they said, who did your last one? Because they like to bust my chops a little bit. And I said, no, it wasn't me. And he goes, because they screwed up the plug. They've got it all screwed up. And I said, yeah, great. So they couldn't even do that right. So I take mine to the dealer. I get a discount with them, a little 10% off, and I'm good with that. Yeah, it used to be those days. I changed my own oil, Mobil One, and the filter is about $40. Yeah, Mobil One filter is pretty good. I used to Suburban Barbecue. I used to follow this Bob's the Oil guy, I think. He had a forum where they would talk about. They would spend thread after thread after thread after thread about which is the best oil filter to buy. And I got locked into that. Don't buy Fram. The Mobil One, that's good. Get the ones made by Dana. This was a couple years ago. Get the ones made by Dana, Wix. Don't buy Fram. Yeah, they were just go through. It was. Everybody's got their little passion, and oil filters is actually a passion, which I couldn't believe. Yeah, probably not, Rick. Probably not. Getting it done at the dealer provides a great service record. Yeah, that's true too. You have to include that ticket. No, I can't include the ticket because not until I pay it. Yeah, I was hoping it would blow off the windshield, but then I would never know what it was, and I would have been thinking about it forever and ever. So I'm glad at least I know what it is. You could feel that ticket all the way out here. And ticket fund, they're already starting, Alton. They're already starting a fund. No, I'm not going to factor that into the budget. Nope, because I may not pay it until I get my second request. Our Valvoline is awesome. I only get my own. Yeah, Brenda, I'm glad it was working out for you, because if you get some a decent run shop, it's great. But you never know what kind of shop you're getting into unless you've been dealing with them for years. Um, so, but if because that a lot of those oil places, they're doing $15 an hour, and they're just getting Tom, Dick, and Harry off the street, and Linda and Joy off the streets, and sometimes it's their first job, and peaks. So I just not a fan of it. Our Valvoline, how about those maters? Yes, we've been. I take about a handful every other day from the garden, so it's not coming all at once. I'll do a short maybe today or tomorrow because I got to go to Home Depot after this and get my cinder blocks. I want to finish these steps so I can get back to the bathroom and get that done before the snow flies. But I'll do a short. I meant to do that the other day. I've been running out of time. Our dealer makes it real easy now. They'll come and get my truck. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, there's certain dealerships that'll do that for you. I know my former bosses, they drive used Mercedeses. They always buy the used Mercedes, and they'll always come and grab it and take it over. You did a quick change place once, never again. Yeah, I learned my lesson. And maybe I just got them on the wrong day at the wrong time with the wrong people, and it was a one-time thing, but why chance it? Why chance it? Down there, we have a service station with tires called Grismer. I really like them. Oh, that's good. Because if you got a shop that you can they've seen you before, and it just helps. My shop doesn't seem to have a huge turnover. That's good. This ticket is a business expense. You need to turn it into your Alton Bond. Thank you very much. Yeah, 280 zone. I believe you. Your internet is getting a little choppy. Uh-oh, that's not good. Those quick change places can be trusted if they put the wrong filter on. The next time I had to change my buddy, there wasn't any drop of oil in my. Oh man, that's why I just don't want to. I don't want to fool with them anymore. The price might be a little bit better, but I'm not saying the dealership is going to be great either. But I've been going to the dealer with two cars now, two Mazdas, since 2016, 2015. It's a 2016 vehicle. Where did I buy it? In 2015? I don't remember now. And I've been going to the dealer basically since. I did a couple times at the Valvoline, and like I said, the one time they screwed me, but the dealer has not done anything that I can tell has been a problem. So I'll stick with them. Well, thank you, Alton. I appreciate that. I have an ex-dealership mechanic comes to my house. Ooh, that's even better. I worked at the local Ford dealership for 30 years. I just changed my own. Yeah, if you have the way to do that, that's great. The only thing is with me, it's like in the middle of winter, it's tough to do. And the tire rotation. So they say you're supposed to rotate the tires according to Scotty. Any of you guys watch Scotty Kilmer? Uh-oh, coming to get me. Any of you guys watch guys and girls Scotty Kilmer? He's a car fanatic, and he's a crazy guy too. I've been watching him a little bit more and more. You watch him? Yeah, he's pretty cool. Yeah, maybe if you get enough, or buy some merchandise. I see it got a little choppy there. I see how it moved away. Yeah, buy some merch. Buy some merch. Yeah, Scotty's. Yeah, he's over caffeinated. He's a card though. I saw one about the Mazda because he was test driving, or a buddy of his bought this Mazda, and he doesn't like that because, and I kind of liked it for gas mileage because when you have a four cylinder or six cylinder, half of the cylinders don't run on the highway. I don't know what the technical term for it is, but you're basically running on three cylinders or something like that. And he's not a fan of that. But I tell you what, my other one was 100,000. This one's 147, almost 150,000 miles right now. No problems. I mean, zero engine problems. So he may be wrong about that. I don't know. He seems like he's a smart guy and he should be right, but I'm not having any problem with that. Dealers will do the things, but you have to ask out a second mortgage. Yeah, sometimes that's true. Yes. Too many shop employees are trained to automatically suggest extra services. Yeah. The only time they tried to get me was when they wanted to change my filter in the cabin filter, not the air filter, which I changed the air filter myself. I do that once a year. When I was driving a lot, I did it twice a year. So I would do it in the basically in the spring and the fall, and I would just buy two from Amazon, and I know, boom, boom, put them in, and even if they didn't need it, I would be able to check and see. Because sometimes, one time I pulled it open in the engine, and under the filter, a mouse was trying to build a nest. So I scooped that out of there, checked around, made sure everything was good, and put the new filter on. But the cabin filter, they tried to get me on. So you take your glove box, glove compartment, whatever everybody calls it, bring it down, slide the things, pull it down, and then right there in my car is the cabin filter. You just slide it out, and it's yay big, and then you just slide a new one in. They wanted $50 for that. Now the filters are like what, $15? So just to do this, pull it out, put a new one in. They're going to charge me like $35 labor. So it was like, nah, I don't think so. So I've been doing that twice a year as well. So I buy two and two, and then like I said, spring and this fall I'll do it again and change those out. They're easy to do, but the rotation of the tires, that's where I'm stuck, because I don't have the equipment to jack it up and and do that, and I don't want to do it. I'm just too lazy to do that. So it's nice to go in, get the oil change, get the tires rotated. You're sitting in there eating their donuts and drinking their coffee. So, and I have all day, so why not? I hate that cylinder drop off feature. Yeah, 280 zone, it works good for me. I've never had a problem with it. What kind of car? I have a Mazda CX-5. I've had two of them now. The first one I drove 100,000 miles. And I've told this story before, so I won't get into it deeply. But the LED light around the side went out. Not the headlight, but just the round part around the headlight. It went out. They wanted $1,250. This was out of warranty. So I was over 100,000 miles. I was driving a lot, and $1,250 brand new. So I went to the dealership to get an oil change, and I'm out there looking at the new cars, and a guy came out. Of course, he doesn't know I'm there for service. And I said, and I told him, and this is how I play sometimes. I said, I tell you what, you give me. I said, I need 0% financing. I need the Costco price, because they were a Costco dealer. I said, I need the Costco price. I want you to print it out on this car right here. This vehicle right here. Give me the printout on this vehicle, the Costco price, and I need you on my trade-in. I can't be upside down. You need to make me square on my trade-in. So whatever I owed, they had to pay. And I owed quite a bit still. So it was like 60, I'd say quite a bit. It was like 6,500 or 8,000, 65, $7,000, something like that, 8,000. So he comes back, and there's no way he's doing it. There's no way, shape, or form he's doing this. He takes my car. They bring it down after the oil change. He runs it over next door where they have an estimator. He comes back, and he's got this paper in his hand, and he goes, well, I'll tell you what. He prints out the sheet, because Costco, there's no negotiation. That VIN number, here's the price. That's it. No negotiation. But the biggest thing was, how much would he give me for and I'm like, I already know from Kelley Blue Book, and I already know from looking at different things how much it was worth. He gave me, I had to pay $500 on, so he gave me like I think he gave me $7,000, and I owed $7,500. I think that's how it went. So I was only $500 upside down. So I took that piece of paper, and I went to two other dealerships, and I said, hey, because remember, my car's already got 100,000. It's got a faulty LED thing, not in warranty. So I said, can you guys, what's your best price? And what they were going to give me for my car was crap. And then, so I went to 2 other dealers. They weren't even close. So I went back to the original dealer and I said, we got a deal, man. Let's do it. I said, you give me 0%? No, I can only do 1.9. Now, this was in 2018. So well before the COVID and everything else, all the crap that happened, which changed the car market upside down, totally upside down. And so we made a deal. So like a month later, I go in there, or it was 3 months later to get my oil change. Because the first oil change is always important. So I don't think I waited 3 months. I did it in 2 months because I was driving a lot. And I went in there, that sales guy was gone. They said he left. So I don't know if he got fired because of that deal. Probably not, but I just thought it was funny that he was long gone. Watch Main Street Auto. He's really good. Scotty is off for show. Main Street Auto? Okay. What kind of car? Okay, we got there. Scotty's not consistent with his criticism. If you watch him long enough, maybe he forgets. Yeah, I don't know. He just likes, all I know is he likes Toyotas. And he said that Mazda was taking some technology from Toyota. And I didn't know that Toyota had a stake in Mazda. I didn't know that. I thought Ford did. And then Ford got away from them. And I didn't know that Toyota did. And I didn't research it either. 15 minutes of labor is 35. Yeah, I believe it. I've got it made. My son is a Ford certified senior master mechanic. Wow. We pay for full service, but anything extra we get at cost. Oh, that's cool. The light still shines. Do you like Toyotas because they don't rust as much and the engines have a... Do I like? I don't have a Toyota, so I wouldn't know. But Toyotas, I mean, obviously everybody knows they rank up there pretty good. Mazdas are great vehicles. I just really love this Mazda. And I did a lot of homework before I bought this because it's not an American car. And I'm telling you what, I don't care. Whatever you're trying to sell me, it needs to be good. I don't care where you make it. It needs to be a product that makes sense to me. And I'll pay more for a good product. And I looked at, matter of fact, I looked at, I think I looked at the Honda. Honda CB, I forget what it was, CBX or something. I looked at the Trailblazer. We looked at like 5 or 6, maybe 7 different ones, and just kept finding something wrong. Or if you look at the ratings, it's amazing how bad the American cars have been, and it's so sad. That their rating, Chrysler, I mean, their ratings are at the bottom. They're through the bottom, and it's sad. I had a Dodge Caravan that I got 200,000 miles on it, and it rusted out on me. And then it had electrical problems, and that's what prompted me to buy the Mazda because, and besides that LED thing, the engines run they hum. They are just so good. I've never had a problem with this. You get a chance, test drive a CX-5. Now the prices have just gone out the roof, but with every car. But it's fun to drive. It's a decent car. I mean, I really like it. And 147,000 miles already. Hopefully I'll get 250 on it. For a parking light, yeah, 1250. Yeah, it wasn't a parking light. It was a surrounding. I don't know. You see those Nissans where they look like diamonds, like not diamonds, but they look like little globes that go around. I hate that. I hate that with a passion. I said I'll never buy a Nissan with that Nissan SUV with that configuration. So the Mazda that I had, I thought, well, that's interesting. You can't really see it, but when I pulled up to a place at night and I saw a reflection from the glass window pane, I saw that the one side was out, and it just bothered me. It's like LEDs are not supposed to go out, right? They always tell you buy LEDs; they last forever. And here it went out on me, so I was like, this is no good. And okay, let's replace it. I even went to the junkyard guy and I said, hey, what do you got? Nothing. Nobody's totaled one or whatever. So and the dealer wanted $1,250. And I'm like, no, I'd just rather get. So people get my rear end about that. They, oh, you just bought a new car instead of paying $1,250. Yes, I bought a new car instead of paying $1,250. But remember, that one had over 100,000 too, so it was time. And I knew that was going to be my last new car because that was going to get me into retirement. So I figured, hey, why not? Chevy dealership said that they did a free tire rotation with my oil champion. They did not rotate any of the tires. That's what happens sometimes. Um, sometimes they forget. If they get busy, it can happen. Hold on. Hey, Jesse in Asia, thank you. Where'd I go now? Okay. I can't wait to retire so I can watch the live stream for longer than a 15-minute break. Sorry, Joe. You'll get there pretty soon. Randy, I've been driving 2017 Ford F-150. It's been a good truck so far. I looked at those before, and I just an F-150 is a nice truck built in Kentucky, mostly American-made parts. That is a good truck to get, definitely. But I just wasn't in line for a pickup truck. Had I wanted a pickup truck, that would have been what I bought. I'm glad that I didn't have to worry about body rust living in the South. Yeah, that's one of the bad things about. That's what killed my van. Well, mostly the electrical. I think the salt getting up into the engine, it corroded a lot of stuff, and I didn't even bother to have them. We had 200,000 miles, and I bought it new. It was my first new vehicle. I got it 40 years old. It was 40 before I bought a brand new vehicle, and I bought a new one because I knew I was driving. I knew I was going to be driving a long way, so uh, back and forth to work, and I just didn't want to use the vehicle, certified pre-owned. There's nothing wrong with them, but I just wanted it to know that I'm the one taking care of it. I'm the one getting the oil change on time. I'm the one getting the rotations done on time. And that Dodge Caravan, the old mom soccer vehicle, lasted a long time. It did very well for us. I bought it in 2002. So it did very, very well for us. It's crazy with employee pricing. We got our F350 in 2020, 63, same truck. Yeah, it is amazing how expensive these vehicles have gotten. If you're getting make sure you mark at least one of them. Me too, always watching when possible. So one day, hoping to watch the videos fully. Hey, Middle Age Grind, how you doing? My Wolverines lost, and hey, that's right, Jesse in Asia. That's right. Yeah, I know. YouTube takes a cut. That's why I have in my description. I saw that buy me a coffee. That takes less commission, if you want to call it that. So right, YouTube will take a considerable amount. If your dollar, like you said, they're taking 30%. I think if you do the buy me a coffee, which I have in my description of my header to Buzz's Retirement Garage, they don't charge a fee, but if you're going through PayPal, I think it's 5%. So you go from 30% down to 5%. That's why a lot of people use that buy me a coffee instead of the super thanks. Yeah, and that's how YouTube does it. So, but I appreciate that because yeah, I think you bet me that Michigan would beat Oklahoma, and you're a person of your word, and I appreciate that because you paid up. We did a dollar bet. Someone else bet me $1, and I haven't heard from him yet. I can't remember who that was, but someone else took that same bet. But thank you, Jesse in Asia, for coming through on that. Car market was nuts, and I needed to get my new used Toyota. Yeah, Honda CRV. Yep, Greg, thank you. Because that's the other thing I did. I went into a Honda dealership, and I said, and they had this one car, and it was a color that my wife would have liked. I know it. And it was getting ready to be. It was prepped for someone else to buy. And I said, well, how about this one? I like this one. How about we do a deal on this right now? And that's the kind of guy I am. I just walk in and all, ooh, here I am. Let's do a deal on this one right now. And he goes, no, somebody's picking this up right now. And I said, so what? I'm going to do a deal right now, and I'll drive it off the lot. Check my credit, do everything you need to do. I'll buy it right now. Give me this deal, and I'll drive it off the lot right now. You can keep my car. I'll clean it out, switch my stuff. This young kid, he's like, what? I said, well, the guy was supposed to be here 3 hours ago, and he hasn't. Exactly. Sell it to me. I'm here. I'll pay for it right now. Do the paperwork. Get the sale. Oh man, this kid, he just really wanted to do it. I could tell. And he goes, no, I can't. They're going to show up for the car. And if it's not here, what am I going to tell them? Tell them it got in an accident or something happened to it. He says, no, I can't do that. Oh, that was so funny. I had this kid going, and I would have bought it. The Honda CRV, I would have bought it. Toyota is slipping, in my opinion, being a long-time customer. I don't know. The Camrys, I always liked the Camrys. The Corollas were kind of small for me, but the Camrys, I've driven each, and I like the Camry. I had CX-9 at the time and loved it. I ended up going with a Subaru Outback. See, the Subaru Outback was just too small. We went to the car show, and me and Mrs. Buzz, we got in, and I think we had kids with us, and we got into it, and it was just like, there wasn't just because I'm 6'3", and I need the headroom. I don't need the pillars, blocking my vision, and the nothing wrong with that Subaru, but it just felt too confined for us. But they're super cars. My Ford Toyota, best cars in the world. Yeah, they are good. They're built. A lot of them are built in Kentucky. I've been to that plant before. They do a really good job. I bought a full-size truck so that things go south, I can always live in it. Now, that's funny. That is really funny. Yeah, Middle Age Grind does have a channel. Yes. Yes, Middle Age Grind Ross. He's a State Farm agent down in Louisiana. And he just put out a video the other day about the 7 things that parents said, something like that. I can't remember. I didn't comment on it, I don't think, Ross, but I did watch it yesterday, so you got a like from me. Because I was just going to say, he talked about respect and respecting elders and stuff, and you don't see that a lot with kids now. I watch vids to find out the best years for the RAV4. The RAV4 is a good vehicle too. That was on our bucket list of ones to look at. And it was probably number 2 or 3 against the CX-5 for us, but that was definitely in the running. My former boss, his daughter got the hybrid version, and she and him are both in love with the hybrid RAV4. I think they got that maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I've been retired almost 2 years now. I think they picked that up. I want to say it was 4 years ago. I have been a Honda driver for 25 years, 7 different models. Yeah, Hondas, Toyotas are really good. Ford Toyota, good. The RAV4 seems to hold on pretty well. Honda, where we go? Boy, hold on. Let me get back here. How am I missing all this? I'm sorry. There's got to be a better way to do this. Or I need to stop talking. How am I missing all this? I'm on live chat. Okay, we're on your Ford Toyota. Man, I'm so far behind. I'm sorry. Okay, Martina. Honda and Toyota fan here. Ford maybe for a truck. Good picks. I went shopping last week. Asked how to order a Rav4 hybrid. Salesman asked for color and options available in 2 days. I tell you what, and I have not done any. I can't guide you in any way, shape, or form. But just from my boss, he's an engineer. He's pretty. My former boss, it was an engineer, pretty smart guy. He's in love with that car, so that means anything. Toyota Tacoma. Yeah, your sister had parts that we built a lot of parts for the frame, shipped them to Mexico. They were building the frame in Mexico. I got to visit that plant. It wasn't an actual Toyota plant, but it was a called Metalsa, and then they would ship it to the states, to Texas, where they did the final build in San Antonio, and they sent some over to Baja, California as well. And now, just recently, in the last year and a half, 2 years here, since I retired, they moved that production all to mid Mexico. So there's a Toyota plant and a Metalsa plant pretty close to each other in middle Mexico, where they build all the Toyota Tacomas now. And I saw the prices go up on those pretty high. Did you get a dog? No, Dan, I'm not going to get a dog. Hey, Gray Cat, what are you doing? Shaking my table here. I did not get a dog. Walking them is good for me. I want a truck though, so I may finally break that string. They cost, but car longevity is due to poor or good maintenance most of the time. Yeah, that's true. And that's why buying a new one is, for me, makes sense. Now, I won't get another new one, obviously, because of my finances. But, certified pre-owned, you're taking a chance. But hopefully, when I have to get another one, I'll get lucky on something. I watched the Car Care Nut, but he's mostly Lexus and Toyota. Oh, okay. I was just going to recommend that channel as well. Car Care Nut. Okay. 15 minutes goes by fast. It is. Yeah. We're going to get out of here. We're almost an hour and a half. I can't believe it. I almost retired when I clocked out for lunch, but I counted to 10. Oh, Vicky, are you having a bad day? Back at catching your Wednesday live. So I waited for grandkids to get out of school. Well, thank you, Obama, for being here. It's depressing about cars and trucks having so much bad years and putting little turbos in big cars and trucks. Yeah, Scotty doesn't like the turbos. I wanted an old school key and gas engine, not a hybrid. I don't drive a whole lot. I wanted a car with that's why I wanted that Ford Maverick pickup truck when they first came out with it. I loved that. And the price was perfect. I mean, it wasn't even over 20,000. And I think the basic version actually had roll down windows. And I was like, yes, I want that. F-150s made Dearborn, Michigan, and Kentucky. Yeah. I think they did the assembly in Kentucky, right? I thought they did. Using the truck less in retirement, you would think that car insurance companies would. Nah, they're not doing that. Even my app, my State Farm app, where they're logging all my drives, they tell you right on there that they don't care about your odometer, your mileage. They don't care how many miles you've done. They're not looking at that. And I'm thinking that should be a factor. A guy doing like me doing a couple hundred miles a month, or under 500 a month, or even less than that, versus somebody that's putting on triple that, quadruple that. There should be a discount. You got to use Tacoma last year. Love it. Well, get underneath that and I'll show you the parts we made for you. Hopefully you got some good ones. Yeah, I know Rick's retirement journey. YouTube just takes a cut of everything. Funny how the garage brings us back to car talk. That's right. There's the buy me a coffee link. Thank you. My laptop might be lame, but I looked at the description and there's no buy me a coffee there. Yeah, I'll have to look. I think I had it on there, but I'm not real literate with technology, so I could have screwed it up. Who knows? I got a bit impatient when it was delayed for 2 weeks to the factory spray protectant on the bed. Oh. Buzz strolls into Honda dealership with black suitcase full of $2 bills. I love $2 bills. I actually used to go to the bank and ask for $2 bills. I got a whole bunch of them sitting around. I am still not caught up. As soon as I get caught up, we're going to probably get out of here. Having a salad with a spoon when you're too comfortable to look for. Hey, there's nothing wrong with fingers and a spoon, right? Us big guys need big cars. That's right. 280 zone ours is big because we put a fifth wheel. Yeah, you do need that. More content to come. I've been busy. Yeah. Well, you got a job. You're working. You're only 40 something years old, so you're working. You had planned on doing yard work, but the weather's bad. Midlife Stockman? Okay. Midlife Stockman. Yeah, I got this set so we can see, hopefully, we can see the chat afterwards, days later. So I'll go back through here and pick up some of these channel names. Yeah, Middle Age Grinders, his channel just got the 350 about the same price as 250. Oh, that's good. Hey, Lynn, how are you? The RAV4 Hybrid is still built in Japan and the quality shows. I'll be watching. Yeah, and the Japanese quality, I mean, say what you want. They are different. They're different. They're just different. I've been watching after that live. That sounded like a Harley, didn't it? 10,000 would consider it 350. Better to have more than not enough in case you upgrade in the future. We're all here because we love buzzing. He's a good man. Anyone agree? Oh, Rick, you're a nice guy. Ours can pull. We're all making too much to each other, too. I prefer spacious vehicles over tiny ones. Have a great community. It's great, too. Oh, the community is super. This live is awesome. Is the live? Yes, the live's still on Saturday. This Wednesdays are okay, Dan. Wednesdays are hit and miss. All right, we'll see you. Who was that just said that? I just lost that. Oh, Dan, yeah. Got it. Okay, retire inspired. Thanks for being here. All right, Chandler's retirement life. I appreciate you being here. We're gonna get out of here. Yeah, there's not good at anything. Bill, he's got a channel too. He's a mad scientist. You get a chance, check out Bill at Not Good at Anything. 68 years old and does more physically than I can do in my entire life. Even at 35 or 25, Bill is awesome. He's awesome. You need to check him. He's got a 1985 Toyota truck. Think about that. 1985. That's crazy. That's 40 years. That's crazy. Yeah, the Ford Maverick is the first truck I've seen as a front wheel drive truck. Yeah, when that came out as like 18 or 19,000, but you couldn't get them because they were building them in Mexico and you just couldn't get them. And then COVID hit and, everything went out the window when that happened. Time for your afternoon nap. Okay, Rick, thank you. Thanks for all helping. Oh, thank you. We're community. That's right. I work 2 jobs. One is driving tow truck. Oh, that's a heck of a job. Not a real truck, more of an issue. Well, that's okay. I liked it was small and it didn't have too many bells and whistles. I just liked it for some reason. But okay, go back to work. That's right. Take care, Martina. If you go to Greenfield Village, you could take the tour in Dearborn Assembly and watch it. Ooh, yeah, we might do that. We still have been talking about that because just like the Rock Hall, like I said, in September it's a great time to travel because kids are back at school. We went to the Rock Hall yesterday. If you saw my lives with Brett from Hope to Prosper, he flew out from California, and he's doing his tour, Great Lakes tour. He calls it the Great Lakes tour. He'll do videos about it when he gets home. Probably next week he'll get something put up about it. But September is a great time because the Rock Hall, there was no kids. There was no kids. I mean, there were short adults, but there were no kids. It was empty, and that's the first time I've seen it. And there was a lot of older people there. It wasn't completely empty, but there was no kids around. So, going to Dearborn. Now they might be doing field trips up there pretty soon, the school kids, because that's when the last time I went was on a yellow school bus, and it wasn't the short bus either, although it probably should have been. But we went up there, and then I've not been back since. So Mrs. Buzz is not a great fan of it, but she'll go with me. and we'll go do that. Hopefully, maybe we can get that in this month. Hey, janitor on fire, how are you? All right, Randy, take care. Hey, no short jokes. Oh, I forgot, Vicky, you're still here. That's right, I forgot. Okay, we're at an hour and 34 minutes. I really appreciate you guys being here, but I got to run to Home Depot and get some more cinder blocks so I can finish these steps. Um, oh, the audio sucked. Well, the audio has to suck because, and it's a good thing that the audio did suck because um, I didn't get a strike. I didn't get a copyright strike, but I did get a warning that they took one of them and didn't take they took the monetization off of it, and they said it can't be shown in two places. I said, gee, I wonder where that is. It was Belarus and Russia. What does that got to do with anything? I don't know, but that's what I got from YouTube. But they didn't give me a copyright strike, which was and Scott was afraid of was going to happen when you're trying to film. And I think YouTube said they cut out part of the music or they did something. I haven't rewatched the live to see what they did. That was the 2 minute and 48. I did two lives. The one at 2 minutes and 48 seconds was inside one room where there was nobody in there. And then the other one was just outside. So are you talking the one inside or outside? All right, Alton, take care. See you, Slim. All right, Vicky. Nice seeing you. No short jokes. I know. I forgot. Wasn't it Randy Newman that came out with that really good song? Thanks for all stopping by. Glad you were here. Don't forget, we will hopefully be back Saturday. That's right. Getting to be nap time already. Yeah, we got you, 280 Zone. You know, once you get to a certain age, when you read a word, even if it's we always just read the right word. I can't stand those people that, you see somebody writes a paragraph or something and they have a good point and, and the only thing that the next person will do is say, well, you spelled this wrong, yeah. It's like the whole point of the thing you should be talking about, not because I something happened on a spelling word. I mean, come on, stop it. But people are like that. Karen ball snatchers everywhere. Yeah, Rick, that's right. All right, Lynn. Yeah, take care, Bill. Not good at anything. We'll see you Saturday. Okay, folks. Ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls, thank you for being here. And God willing, we will be back Saturday at 7 p.m. Check out the merch store. Give me your comments. You don't have to buy anything. Just give me your comments about what you like, what you don't like. buzzretirementgarage@gmail.com. Hit me up on an email. Tell me, like I said, I've had 40 years of factory life. There's nothing you can say to me that's going to hurt my feelings. So hit me up with your best or your worst and let me know what you think and what I should improve, what we should improve, what kind of stuff you want to see. And because Christmas is coming, got to get people those Buzz shirts, right? I got to get my own. Yeah, Vicky West, we got a merch store. We were just talking about it before. I just first time I'm bringing it up. A couple people have seen it. Kaz saw it, but I've never really mentioned it yet because we didn't really go live until a few days ago, and I just haven't said anything about it. But we're still in, we're doing baby steps right now. I've got a good company I'm working with right now who's local. I could drive to their place if I need to. They take care of everything. You put the order through them. It's basically they print the stuff or they put the logos on. They'll box it. They ship it. You're paying them, and then they get a commission, and I get a little commission, and I don't have to do any work. So as lazy as I am, it fits my model perfectly. So. Yeah, thank you, 280 Zone. Right there, Scott. Yeah. Yeah, the Magnet retired with a full heart at home. If you guys get a chance, check out their channel too. They're relatively new to the YouTube, but they put out some good content, and I like. Except I didn't like his green tie. I just didn't like that tie. Throw that tie away. I just didn't like it. wasn't a fan of that tie. I don't mind the tie, but the green one, I just no. Get them a new one, okay? Get them a new tie. If you want me to, I'll send you one. I don't use ties anymore. I probably have some from 30 years ago. I'm not a tie guy. If anything, I got a clip-on tie. No, but if they have a channel too, retired with a full heart at home. Check them out. No, you can have the ties, just not that green one. Get the Bronner's in Grand Blanc, world's biggest in Grand Blanc. Okay, that's Michigan, obviously, and we'll see if we can do something like that. No, but that magnet was Mrs. Buzz's idea. She wanted that one. Um, and we're coming up with different things, and with the help of Teresa and Freddie, who own the store. Really nice people, super nice people, and I'm glad they're local, because then if there's any issues, we'll work them out. They're very receptive. They communicate really well, and they have hosted a couple other creators. So we're like I don't know, I'm just guessing, we're like number 3 or 4. But anybody that has a channel that wants to work with them, you can do that too. I asked, and they said, yeah, throw our name out there. And they were just on here on the chat not too long ago. So, in replay, you can see their channel name and go on to it. Yeah, just no purple car. That's right. But yeah, let's see how things go. And anyway, I got to get to Home Depot, so got to buy some cinder block and cut it up. Hopefully, I get these steps finished within the next few days, and then back to the bathroom. So thanks for being here. God willing, we'll see you Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Sorry, Carl. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you, Vicky. I appreciate that. And we'll see you Saturday.